Welcome everybody. This is Fan Doosra. I'm Tommy Sandhu. These are my fans. They're fans. I'm the Doosra. That's how it works. We're just a little bit different. We are live right now across our Facebook page. We are live across YouTube and other social media platforms. Wherever you are, if you are watching, I'm just getting my comments getting active and open. Drop me a little message now. Let me know that you're watching on Facebook. Let me know that you're watching. Let's give you a little shout out straight away. This is the Fans Show. It's where fans come together to talk about the teams that we love in the IPL, the greatest league in the world. And of course, we're brought to you by Rario. Rario are a company. They're a wonderful bunch of people that just want to spread the NFT love. They want to spread the crypto world, that digital world. That's what they're all about. Now, you've heard about NFTs. NFTs are like little digital moments that you can own. It might be artwork. It might be music related. And for Rario, they are the home of cricket NFTs, owning moments in cricketing history. That's what you can do through Rario. Now, of course, you can buy them, but guess what we're doing? If you sign up to Rario, they're going to give you a free NFT, a free shot, a free catch, a free ball, a free whatever that might have been played in the game. I'll show you an example of an NFT. So if you're wondering, like, yeah, yeah, NFT bully janda. What is these? What's he on about with this NFT? No flipping peplars. No, that's not what an NFT is. It's a non-fungible trade. It's a little like digital moment. This is an NFT. This is what you could own. Check this out.
Now it's a full toss, and he's got that away. He's got that away for four. That's what happens. Suddenly the batsman decides when you've got someone like Abhinav de Villiers, he says, right, I'm going to move around a bit and just think about boundaries. He's got his fifth four.
Boom. So that four that he hit, you can own it. How cool is that? You own that shot. Not him, not de Villiers. You own it. You can sell it to de Villiers. I mean, like, get your head around that. So you can NFT moments, and Rario have signed certain players to join their family, and you'll be hearing from our Rario players in just a little while. But anyway, that's that bit out the way. Welcome, everybody. Thank you, Diya. Thank you, Abhinav. Thank you, Shubham. And thank you, Ankit, for joining us. Let's start with the first game. RCB Diya is here. Diya, it's playoff pressure time. Pressure. It's like it's exam season. RCB, you beat CSK. RCB beat CSK after 3 losses. SRH have just had 3 losses in a row. So there's like a 3-loss theme going on here, Diya. What are you now in form because you've won a game?
Like I'll say it's going to be like a huge tussle because the two teams that are there, as we are reaching the business end of the tournament, so it's going to really get tough for both the teams, I will say, because they are the ones who stand a chance, who will be competing against each other to get that number 4 or 3 spot for the playoffs. So I think it's really important for us to win this game. And as we know that they have been SRH every year has been a party spoiler for us, especially when we are in the race for the playoffs. So it's really important for us to win this game. And knowing that we are in form and we needed that momentum back after facing 3 back-to-back losses. So we have got that momentum back, but still I'll say it will be really tough. And but still we have to beat SRH to be there.
You have to. Simple as that. It's now time. It's like no more mucking around. It's like when I say to my son, and he's got like his exams now. Like we're doing a little practice here, doing a little practice there, and I'm like, no, listen, that's it. It's tournament time. It's game time. You either show up or you go home, and all you can do is give it your all. But Abhinav, whose day is it going to be? You're coming off the back of 3 losses. Are you going to take that winning momentum away? They've had 1 win, but they got 1 more game in hand as well. Don't forget. So for you guys, whose day is it?
So probably it has to be the bowlers' day because the last 3 matches have not been very great with us. The bowlers have not been performing well. It's not that the bowlers have been bad. The day has been bad, and the pitches were more batting friendly for the last 3 matches. And probably our batsmen have also shown signs of playing well, giving the right fight to the bowlers on the opposition side. But still, uh, it's just the bowlers' day. When the bowlers are on front, we have seen how they have performed against the teams. So I would hope that they perform really well today. It's purely the bowlers' day.
What happened the last time, Dia, you played SRH?
Well, that was an embarrassing loss, I will say. Like we were, I guess, 69 all out. And again, if I think Marco Jensen will come back today because after that amazing performance, he was dropped because he was not performing well. So I think he will be definitely brought back today to deter that confidence because he took like 3 wickets in 1 over. And I think after that, their bowlers haven't really performed that well. We talk about Umran Malik. Well, has been a great find, I will say, but in terms of India's prospect. But his last few performances haven't been that great. His line and length have changed, so I think it should favor us this time. And T. Natarajan is also not there. He is injured right now, so he won't be there for this game as well, which again is a good sign for us. But they're batting as well. I mean, Kane Williamson hasn't been performing, so that might favor us if he doesn't fire this time as well. But rest, I think Abhishek Sharma has been doing well, Aiden Markram as well, so we have to be aware of them. Rest, I think we have everything in control.
Okay, all right, okay, so it's nice. So really what Dia is saying is there's a couple of key guys that are out, a couple of bits of questions around form, a couple of you that could step up, but this is, like you say, RCB have to bring their absolute A game. Do you think, sorry Dia, do you think they're over do you think the bruising of the last encounter will still be there? Or are these guys super professional? No, what happened then, 68, 69, whatever it was, all out. It's a big deal.
I mean, it's IPL. Like, you have to be professional with it. One game, like, it happens. You were 69 all out. It's okay. We were also 49 all out once. So still RCB still like manages to bounce back and not keep the scars of the previous game. So I think that's really important to live in that particular moment and not think about what happened in the past rather than try to improve what you can do better. And I think our batting, again, Virat Kohli hasn't been performing. He hasn't been in best of the form this time. And also Maxwell, we have invested a lot in him and we expect him to perform. And also our captain Faf du Plessis hasn't been that consistent. So I think I'm expecting them to fire up this time because not every time your middle or lower order is going to save you. So I think that's really important. But I think Rajat Patidar and Lomror have been like good for us like in the last match. So I think they're also a good something we can bank upon. But I want our main key batters to perform as well this time.
Wicked. Abhinav, actually, I feel like we should probably play some sort of slow, sad music in the background as I ask you this question, because I want to go like, nee, 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 nee. Tell me about the Kane, Kohli, Gahani, because both these guys for their respective teams haven't stepped up. They're big names. So but it's a sad story. And I think both of them not being on the form that they could be trickles down. Like if a captain wasn't performing, it trickles down. They have that same influence in the team. What's going on with your banda? What's going on with Kane?
See, let me come back to when you told it's the Kane Kohli Kahani. We expect a lot from Kohli, like from the Indian team perspective and from the RCB perspective. We expect him to be the run machine. We have a lot of expectations on him. Like he's not been performing for both India and RCB, like anything. He's not been performing well on the other side. So he has a very rough patch going since a lot of time since he's been playing. So it's a debate. It's an individual debate about Kohli's. But when we come back to Kane's thing, Kane just came back to IPL after like 8 to 9 months of a break. So I think he's a very lean and he's very fragile as of now. But still, he's shown signs that he's been playing. He could play because I think against Punjab or against Gujarat, he had played really well. He had hit few sixes and all. And I hope he has to we believe him to come back at number 3 position instead of opening, because we have not been able to capitalize a lot of opening. Like we cannot capitalize the initial 6 overs, the power play overs, where Kane has been fragilely playing, trying to save his wicket so that he could settle. But I don't want him to take the pressure of the power play. Instead, he has to come down the order so that he will have some time. He will have somebody taking his position. He might somebody taking his responsibility so that he will have some free hand to play and he could actually come back to his stroke play. He could free up himself, and if he really wants, after freeing up himself, he can come back to the opening position again. It's a mere adjustment thing rather than it's more than the potential thing. I see Kane Williamson coming back because he's still, after the 8 to 9 months of injury driven thing, he's been showing signs that I can come back very easily. Rather, I don't see Virat Kohli getting that things right now, because I think it's a different ball game about Virat Kohli rather than Kane. So let's not combine both the stories together.
Okay. I'm sorry to do that. Okay, there you go.
That's not wrong.
No, I'm kidding. I know. I like that though. Almost what you're saying is there's like a little blockage in him. You need to unblock it and go, let him play.
Exactly.
Get it out of the system.
Yeah.
And then he comes back. No, I get that. Isha, by the way, is saying I totally agree with Abhinav that Kane is the best at number 3 as well. And today we're hoping for a great game for both the Ks. You're right. It'd be great to see them both on good form. And talking about good form, Abhishek Sharma. We had the great Yuvraj Singh in an article writing yesterday, how he reminds him of Yuvraj. Yuvraj was saying that Sharma reminds him of him, the way he plays his shots, the back leg, and this, that, and the other, which is an amazing comparison. What is it about Abhishek's game that's so beautiful to watch right now, Abhinav?
I don't want him to keep that baggage of being compared with Yuvraj Singh, a legend, so that he plays well. Am I audible? Sorry.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So I want him to remove the baggage of being Yuvraj Singh's disciple or somebody who plays like Yuvraj Singh and have a very free hand, because he has this responsibility of free firing in the power play overs. So that I really want him to just expose himself, like be very good, be responsible, have some very good shots, play around with bowlers, because he's a very potential guy. He's very young, so he can be with the franchise for more time, and I believe him to be like, he's showing a lot of potential, and I see even more potential in him. He's been scoring well, and I want him to score. All the Hyderabadis want him to score even more.
Yeah, no, I agree. And talking about your bowling, because it was your bowling that pulled apart RCB last time. Questions around it now, or what? Is Umran Malik the man? Who's going to deliver for you on the bowling department, Abhinav?
I see Bhuvneshwar Kumar delivering today for sure, because the pitch conditions in Bombay, I believe the humidity around and Bombay, like the Wankhede Stadium, has been supporting bowlers since all the few matches. The pace bowlers and the medium pacers could get in rightly, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar's experience could help us today. And I believe Jansen coming back and him bowling the medium pace, like those 130s to 135s, could also help us very well, because there's been some skid on the ball. The ball has been gripping and been skidding at the same time. I really don't know how it's happening in Bombay, but still that would help us very well. The bowlers could help us. That would be very good for us.
Okay, all right. Let's see what happens. To see who's going to deliver on the bowling part. Quick thing on Pooran as well, Abhinav.
Pooran has been delivering very well. Like he's been trying his level best. He tried getting us on par for 2 matches, but still, I see too much of potential in Pooran. We spent heavy on him, and he's being delivered what he could do. He's been keeping really well. He's been supporting the field sets. He's been supporting Kane Williamson very well. He's been taking the responsibility very well. But if there are situations, I think we can niggle up with the batting order a bit, so that we could get Pooran, when it's a long scoring match, we could get Pooran up and give him some space to hit, and all somebody could support him at the right side, on the other side. That could be even better, because Pooran has been coming into form, and Pooran coming into form is a very, very, very good sign for us, because this is the business end, and we mean business. Pooran means business now. Every match, every ball to Pooran is very important to him, because he has to show SRH the potential for his money, and he has to show his back country, because he's become the captain now. So it's a double thing for him. If he gets it on both sides, on the national duty and on the IPL duty too.
It's a double win. Okay, let's have a look at your history then. This is the history of SRH versus RCB. Dominating there, the Hyderabadis with 12-8 and 4-1 in the last meetings. Diya, that's not a confident statistic.
As I mentioned earlier as well, because SRH, like every time there have been that party spoilers for us, who have always taken away our chances of qualifying in the playoffs, whether it's the 2016 final as well. So I think there is something that is there between when it comes to SRH RCB games, that we haven't been at the winning side a lot of times. So and also it's the green. Today we'll be playing in our green jerseys, and it's been quite a long since we have won wearing our green jerseys. So that is also one thing that we like. I'm scared about that, because of course cricket is related to superstitions and everything. These things definitely come along. So I'm really scared that how this match is going to turn out. But if the team performs well, if they click together as a unit, nothing is going to go wrong. And hopefully we are at the winning side today.
Okay, hopefully you are for RCB's sake. Well, like you say, it's do or die time for both of these teams. A crucial win now to get into that playoff position. You're currently fourth, RCB, but that could all change. Actually, let's talk about the second game. We're going to do your fighting talk in just a moment, but let's talk about the second game before we do. But before I get into it, Ankit, you are the most neutral person here because, unfortunately, CSK aren't in the running for the playoffs anymore. But look, you've won plenty in the past, so don't worry. What do we say in Punjabi? We say, "Tu na chala, teri wari aaya, tu na chala, teri wari." It's like your turn. It's somebody else's turn to dance. It's not your turn to dance right now, Ankit. But just out of these two guys, who do you favour, RCB or SRH?
SRH for that matter, looking at the tournament. Because if there is a slight chance for CSK, I think we need that calculations to go on in that way. And SRH, just few minutes ago, you showed the stats, and that too shows that SRH has been dominating. For me, it was personally surprising because RCB has been playing for a long time, 14, 15 years. SRH came way back in 2013, and then still all the stuffs favor SRH. So that was a bit surprising. But looking at the conditions, and I believe more in Kane Williamson's captaincy. So maybe he's not impactful with the bat as of now, but I think his captaincy has been something. He's got that lot of ideas going on in his mind. So somehow I think he'll find a way, and that's important for CSK as well to go forward. We need SRS to win. So somehow there is a lot of calculations, as I said. So looking at that and looking at the team's perspective as well, I think man-to-man marking SRH looks a better team.
Okay, he's still holding hope as well. What is in this tournament now for CSK? Let's focus on you guys. What is there to gain?
Very tough to put it out in words, but I think a lot matters that fielding has been really a bit worried for us because 19 to 20 catches if we drop in 10 matches, which means already that in every match we drop around 2 matches. So in that 2 catches, 1 catch can put us in a situation where we lost the game. So there have been such moments, and other thing has been I think we haven't clicked as an bowling unit. Considering every match around, we have considered 9 to 10 runs. If you look at the average CSK bowlers every over, if we go on considering 9 to 10 runs, I think then every match you have to go on and score 190, 200 runs, which is a difficult, irrespective of the ground or the pitch you play. So it is very important as a bowling unit to just to get that margin to 8 or 7, because every match batters can't score 200. And now in the last couple of times, what I have seen is even the batting hasn't clicked. Couldn't chase 175. That is a bit disappointing because I personally think CSK is a good team when it comes to chasing. So not doing that was a bit surprise, and I think Ravindra Jadeja's form has been a bit concerning for us. So hopefully this all things gets clicked in the upcoming 4 matches we have, and maybe if we won 4 and all other things goes in our way, we may end up qualifying.
Oh, he's still holding a little flame, little torch for the qualifying love. The qualifying queen may shine a little light your way. You never know. Okay, so Mumbai are out. Mumbai's excuse was, part of their excuse, not really too much of an excuse, but part of the reasoning behind it was they've got a young squad. They're trying out new things. They're building a squad for a future brilliance. So watch out. You ain't got a young squad. You're not trying that out. What's your excuse this season?
Can't say out an excuse, but I think a lot of old players. We wanted someone like Shardul or even Deepak Char, Hazelwood, because they are not the gun T20 bowlers, but when they are combined, it looks a good bowling unit. And now, obviously, even Faf is now part of a different team, RCB itself. So the players who we tried to create it, and someone like Deepak Char or Shardul Thakur are the ones who we wanted to build a team around them in the upcoming times. But now sadly they are out, and all the concerns, and even Mukesh or even Simranjit Singh, I think it was a totally different situation. But looking at our current scenario, we wanted to use them, and Mukesh has still done well. But we are really happy with the way Mahesh Tiksana has played. So I think we still believe in that experience formula, because I think, and Mukesh or even Simranjit Singh, I think these guys are young, so we would have loved to continue with Deepak Char. So I won't say, but I will definitely say the fact that if we had the old bowling unit, and maybe Fab going was not a big concern, but the bowling unit, I think it's totally a new course, so it's a bit difficult to operate with them. But I guess the way they start playing more cricket, I think they will definitely learn a lot of things and come back better.
Okay, lots to expect there. You never know what's going to turn up. Shubham, I'm sure you'd love it if somehow both RCB and SRH lost, because fourth, fifth, and sixth are playing today. You're smack bang in the middle of the two of them. What the a key game for you? Look, actually, I'd say, as I'm looking at the screen, these three people, these three teams here, want to get themselves into that playoff position today. There's going to be a lot of movement after today's action, and the way you guys play is going to be key. But there's rumors actually circulating about the health again of the team. Again, more COVID outbreaks in DC. Does that worry you, that like all of those other issues outside of the cricket, they affect the game? They affect the way the team are going to play.
Yeah, exactly. When we saw what happened in the PBKs versus DC game, like there was a concern, and most of fans were praying, please, no COVID cases more. We want to see IPL. But biggest thing was that the output of the result was so different that DC outshowed very well, and that was the biggest victory of DC last time. But this time, I think the COVID cases are rising. I think the team balance will be okay, but it's a very sign for a fan. Please, it's not our key players like that. Actually, we are still facing injury problems as well because of the Akshar and Prithvi Shaw. But the way Delhi has performed, they have a backup because so many players which have still haven't played in our team so far, like KS Bharat, which has been performed so well for the previous franchise like RCB. And I think the particular Ankit also knows that when Lord is in our side, then how the back he can show. So CSK guys know very well. And considering the first game, I think the motivation should be from the FAF and the MS, like how well they have lead their sides. Like irrespective of whatever the team we got, we have to fight well. And we know that how Delhi boys are so far. We put every situation for us, we will roar and we will lead back because we are the team who are there to win. Something we can do. We have to be calm as MS Dhoni and be attacking as Rishabh Pant. Then only we can win. This is the game for us only.
Rishabh Dhoni is what you need to create on the pitch. It's like a hybrid of the two. I like that. So, okay, you did score big. You scored big without Akshar and without Prithvi. So what does that mean? If they're fit today, do they come back in?
Yeah, actually, the cricket is not on the one game. It's only we both will teams will start from zero. So it's like if we fail, it's okay because we have chance. Not we are in a position we are in knockouts time. Like we can afford a one loss. But I think today it will not be coming against because CSK bowling is not being strong. DC can handle it properly. Either our backup batsman like KS Bharat or someone else, Sarfraz will come or Tim Sippert come. It's okay because CSK bowling is not like the golden ones which of the earlier years, and DC bowling is clicking without our main bowlers. So I think the on the papers DC is looking still strong, irrespective of the COVID cases or not. And the current momentum DC got in the last match, the way David Warner has played, and a special fact I like to share: the which previous players like the team like Shadul has come from CSK, and earlier Kuldeep and also the David has hit back to their previous teams. So today is a day of the Shardul Thakur to hit his previous team. And Thala will be like, oh God, why have kept my lord out from the squad?
It's like it's fighting talk already. I love it. Let's have a look at the stats between these two teams, how they've gone head to head over the years. 16-10 Super Kings, obviously with that amazing record. But more importantly, look at the last 5 meetings. DC 4-1 against it. What does that tell you? What does that tell you, Ankit? Oh, you've actually double. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I think in the last couple of years, DC has been consistent team, and we need to admire that fact, because the team who has played good cricket, I think DC is one of those teams, because after 2018, I think the totally dilemma of this team has changed, and they have played a lot better cricket. But the last time we met, I think it was a quarterfinals. Sorry, the qualifier one, and we managed to get a victory. So important times we have managed to get a victory. But I think this will be a good game. Of course, CSK don't have that, the perfect 11. If you man to man mark, if you start marking, looking at the 11 and all. But I think we have got a chance somehow trying to grab, because the last 4 matches have left, and it's not just about playoffs and all. I think it's very important, irrespective of you reach playoff or not, to finish on a high note, so that you can take many positives as the tournament ends.
Right. Yes. Take those positives and soak those up. Right. Let me remind everybody, this is what can happen. If you go to Rario.com, you can get yourself a free NFT, a free little digital moment. And all you have to do to get that free moment today is to sign up at Rario.com. And by signing up, it just means letting them know your email address. That's it. There's no payment details. There's no commitment for anything. There's no signing up to any terms. It's more just joining the Rario family like you would do on anything. So go to Rario.com. This is how I signed up. It took 60 seconds. And you could do the same and get yourself a free NFT. Check it out. It's this easy. It's so easy. You type in your email address first of all. This is it. This is step one. Email address. You can all do that. And then once you've filled that one in, you go down to the line below and you type in your username. I'm going with Big Tom. And then you put in your password. Make this unique to yourself, something that you're going to remember. And you have officially got yourself into the site. Then, of course, you've got to make sure you're not a robot by typing in the code. You hit submit. You wait for the email to come into your inbox and you confirm it. That's it. The hardest bit is the code. You know, like is that an R or an N? Is that what? Is that 2 lines? I don't know why they have that. And there's lines going across it just to kind of like, whose face is it? What letter is this? I'm like, well, just show me the letter and I'll tell you what it is. It's like it's a spelling test as well. But anyway, other than that, it's very, very straightforward. 60 seconds. Do it. Get yourself a free NFT. Join the NFT revolution. Let me just say hello to a few people. Hello to Mispa Mirza, who says, hey, how about October? How about the IPL T20 World Cup? The T20 World Cup in Australia. Yes, I'm looking forward to that. I will be out there. If you are out there, you can get your tickets and stuff through the Bharat Army. And we're going to have some fun. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but there's some nice parties planned as well, like boat parties and things like that. So we'll be there. Hello to the Whistle Cover, who says, which broadcaster do you like, Star or Sony? We don't. We like Fan Doosra and we like online platforms. There you go. No, I'm kidding. They're both great. We love them all. It's all love. It's all cricket love. Hi to Jay, who says, RCB won. It's like he's just come back from the future, maybe. Hello, I've just come back from the future. Why? What happened? RCB won. Now I've got to go back. And he's in a time machine. All right, thank you. RCB have won apparently already. And Tanish, thank you for all your fun facts. I'm reading them all. But also saying, sometimes I find it weird to understand, as a Virat Kohli fan, both Virat and Kane haven't had a great season so far. But why is it that VK gets trolled and not Kane? It makes me sad. Number one, Tanish, don't be sad. It's just cricket. Enjoy it. But partly, I think it's like this. Virat Kohli, he's like your brother. So you tease your brother. Kane Williamson, he's like your friend's brother. So you're not going to tease him because you don't feel comfortable teasing him. So there's more of a connection. We love Virat Kohli. So we want him to do well, hoping that maybe through the teasing, we're a bit more involved. He's a bit more closer to our heart. It really, all teasing is love. It's like kiss chase in the playground. You know, when the boys chase the girls, they try to chase them for a kiss in the I don't know if that's allowed or if you do that, but they do that and they're mean. You know, when boys are mean to girls in the playground, they do that because they want their attention, but they don't know how to channel their love. That's all it is. I think there's a point in there somewhere. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking about kiss chase and let's focus on fighting talk. It's that time, right? The first 2 teams going head to head will be RCB versus the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Do or die time, people. Do or die time. So, Abhinav, you're up first. Sunrisers Hyderabad. Give me your best fighting talk. You're up against the mighty Diya from RCB. But your 30 seconds starts now.
I see this as a green signal because they're wearing the green jersey and it's a green signal for us. The Eagles are sharpening their claws. There's a small dent on the clothes. We're going to catch them right. We're going to hold them tight and we're going to crisp them like how we did. We are here to spoil their party. We are here to spoil Bangalore's party and tell that Bangalore is also about traffic more than cricket, and Hyderabad is more cricket than traffic.
Ah! Right, they're getting their claws ready for you, dear. The claws are ready, gonna dig in, they're gonna crush you, squish you, all this stuff, all this fighting talk. Over to you, dear. Your 30 seconds starts now.
Well, I will say that I don't know if the sun is going to rise today or not, because I think I just see green everywhere spreading out today, because it's not the day for Hyderabad, it's the day for Bangalore today. And as you mentioned about the traffic, and I will just say that Bangalore, Hyderabad are like the neighboring cities, but I think Bangalore is like more famous for everything, and I will say in terms of its fan base as well, it's Bangalore whose fans are more popular and everything, if I'm making sense. And I think it's going to be Bangalore's day today. That's all.
Right. Early Bangalore, it's time to change the fate of the green jersey. Whistle cover again saying Bangalore weather is better than Hyderabad. The weather, if the weather plays a factor.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
The weather plays a factor because it's always raining at times, because we encountered less rain in Hyderabad more than Bangalore while it's game time. There were more
But
matches
it's
in
the best
Bangalore
city
more
to
than
live in
Hyderabad.
India. The weather is amazing in Bangalore, and I think it's the best city to live in. Even after the rains and everything, it's so hot in there in North and all the other cities, states. But it's Bangalore which has rain, and people are really enjoying the weather over there.
The problem
Lovely.
is we love our city if we don't have good weather also. We love our city if we don't have a good weather also.
Okay, right. Enough of the weather. We're back to who's going to make it rain runs in the game. That's the rain that we count, right? Make it rain on the other. Make it rain with pain. Okay, back to these guys. Back to the later game today. DC versus CSK. CSK still holding on to the hope of being in with a chance. DC wanted to cement themselves. Is again do or die time. Let's hear from you, Ankit, first. Your 30 seconds of fighting talk, my man, starts now.
We all know Pant is trying to follow the path of Dhoni, and he's actually doing it really well. But today, I think Pant is gonna learn a lesson from the master himself, because CSK is gonna hammer DC tonight, so that in tomorrow in the capital letters we can see CSK outclass Delhi Capitals.
Lovely. Look at that. That's the only capitals we'll be seeing in action. The capital letters of the front page, back page sports headlines saying that they outclassed you. It's going to be a lesson from Mr. Dhoni to little Junior Punt. He'll be wetting his punts, his under punts. That's what's going to happen. That's what he's saying. Shubham, over to you. Delhi Capitals fighting talk starts now.
जो गरजते हैं वो बरसते नहीं है. CSK, you should remember when the thunder comes, rainfall always not comes. So just wait for the right time and the right moment. We know how to click back. The capital is known for roar because we have a team which can fire. Your young guns are not firing, our young guns are firing. Your oldies are not firing, our oldies are firing. See the result at the top. We are at the top and you are at the bottom. Just because of that, we know how to perform on the ground, not only by the words. We don't need to know how to sledge. We just need how to perform. That's why we Delhi Capitals are the best. And you can see the records. I am not saying by the words. You can see our by performance. We are here to perform, not by the words, only by the performance.
It's showtime. That's what he's saying. It's showtime. There's no more.
But I guess the roar comes from the Lions himself.
Yeah, so tigers also roar loud as well because our national animal is also tiger, not the lion.
It's the battle. Okay, it's a good battle. A tiger versus a lion. I'm not sure where I'd put my money, but if they're both hungry, as I know they are, who knows who could come out on top as well.
Yeah, and best part is that tiger can survive in the sea of the Chennai, but the lion can't swim in the sea.
There you go. Again, we're back to the water. We're back to the rain. We're back to floods now as well. Look at that. Who's going to be floating and who's going to be sunk? The Delhi Capital, says Tanish, has its own class. Somehow we'll book a ticket pass today. CSK has a game, but don't worry. Our Delhi batsmen will make it rain, but with sixes. What? Coming down. All right, listen. It's lots of talk, lots of pre-hype. That's what we love about this show. But of course, it all comes down to the gameplay. You've got two brilliant games today. My TV's going to be on all day. We'll just have the cricket rolling. I love double days, particularly on a Sunday. It's a really nice sunny day in London today. So like, just imagine my doors are open, the TV's on, cricket's playing, I'm at home with my kids. This is the best place to be watching IPL action. And boys and girls, wherever you are, enjoy it as well with your families. And I know we do the fighting talk, but there is just so much love for all the players across the league, because ultimately we love Team India as well. So, and a lot of these players represent us as one. So fighting talk aside, let's just send some love your way now. Love, 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 love. Right? Let's have a great day of cricket and enjoy your day, people. Thank you so much. Bye, guys. Until next time.